unit number, taking the lock off. Got to cut this here. This is a lien unit, meaning somebody didn't pay their fees and they weren't able to catch it up, so they lost their property for back rent. This is the picture that we get to see online when we go to purchase it. We do not know anything more than what you're seeing right here when we're looking at it online. We don't know what is in the totes or anything else until we get here. As far as we know, these totes could be empty, but they are not. They're full, they're heavy. Take one. Give you a quick look at what we got my house going on here. Okay, we got some anatomy stuff, some really dirty cookware. You know, George Foreman. Everybody's got a George Foreman. Got a rainbow vacuum cleaner. Fortunately for me, I know how to rebuild those, clean them, rebuild them and everything. So, we got a little bit of work to do. Gonna put it in the handy capable van. I took the couch out of the back and got her ready to just be a cargo van. We're gonna get this loaded up and we'll check in with y'all later once we know what we've got. Thank you. Well, we got that storage unit loaded and we're here with the man. There's that rainbow vacuum cleaner. I don't think there's gonna be a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow though. I don't know if y'all remember the old movie When Harry Met Sally, but I think this is her locker because it's very hairy. Hairy and nasty it is. So, you don't get to see that when you watch Storage Wars, but we're gonna have a party, a sorting party, where we sort through the nastiness and try to find the greatness. Anyhow, we'll let you know how that goes. Bye. And we're back. Yellow storage unit, When Harry Met Sally. This one was rough, y'all. Seeing the back of the van when I showed it to you. She was stacked, floor to ceiling, front to back. And it was a 10 by 10 unit. And I don't know what kind of animal it was, whether it was a dog or multiple dogs, cats, whatever it was. But they had a lot of animal hair on everything. And so that was the deal. And then we ended up with whether it was there at the storage facility or whether it was within their home, there was a terrible rat infestation. So all the clothes were either covered in rat feces or urine and had been ate up by rats and stuff like that. So what y'all had seen in a lot of that stuff, we weren't able to donate. If we have clothes that are not a brand that we resell online, we have particular brands that we do sell online, and then we have a cutoff point where we don't, and we donate those to the people in need and to the people that can use them. And so we wanted to donate these clothes, but if I'm not comfortable in washing it and wearing it myself, I'm not going to be comfortable in somebody else doing that either. And these were heavily infested with feces, rat feces and urine, and had been ate on and everything else. So we ended up with, I think we hauled off 10 50-gallon trash bags of clothes that were just ruined, unfortunately. So that was that. But this one here, the LL Bean Vintage, is called a chore jacket. It made it through the mix somehow. It was in its own bag, Ziploc type bag, in another tote of its own, and it was well preserved. It will get cleaned, laundered, cleaned, and dry cleaned, whether it needs it, or it'll go through the regular wash. However we need to clean this, we will clean this, but this is Anywhere from a $60 to an $80 jacket online right now. We ended up with this cute little frog teapot. You can see there, it's got the little tea spout. The little lid comes off. We noticed that these people kind of had a thing for frogs on their clothing and different stuff like that. They really like frogs, it seemed like. But this is made in China, but as you can tell, it's dated. It is vintage. I was able to find only one other one online, and it was on Etsy, but unfortunately it had sold and I wasn't able to find the price that it had sold for. So anyhow, it's unique. We'll put it online and see what it goes for. But ended up with some brand new little booties for dogs' feet. Got a couple of nursing school books. They're kind of flat on their face right now as far as money goes. We'll probably end up just donating those to somebody who's going to class right now that could use them, or whatever. Did end up with the Rainbow E series vacuum cleaner. She looks rough. I'm telling y'all, this was a rough unit. I don't know, these people just didn't seem to take a lot of pride in what they had. But Rainbows are like Timexes. They take a licking and they can just keep on ticking. And it does power up well. Motor sounds good. So I may, I do rebuild these and service these and everything. So I may do that, but I have to justify whether my time into it, rebuilding it, and getting it in tip-top shape, clean and everything is justifiable in time that I would spend in it, because it's about a $300 vacuum cleaner all total, with the power head, the power nozzle, the extra hose and stuff. And the power nozzle does work, so, but I could part it out as well, and might even be able to make more money on the long end of it, parting it out. So I'll just have to make that decision whether I want to do that. We did end up with quite a few game consoles. We got a PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, got a PlayStation 1, got an old Nintendo 64, got a Wii console, a multitude of Wii remotes and PlayStation remotes and stuff. And my son's done some testing on these consoles, and some of these consoles are powering up and working. And odd enough, as nasty as all this was with the rats, they didn't have cockroaches. There was no sign of roaches or roach feces droppings or anything. And you really see that a lot on electronics. They're drawn to the frequency and to the heat of the electronics. And so I'm going to take one of the consoles apart, look inside of it, make sure it is clean, and that we're not sending something to somebody's home that, could be a problem for them. We want to make sure that we run a good, clean, sanitary business, and, if it's not fit to be in my home, it's not fit to be in yours as well. So anyhow, did end up with 8 of these totes. I was thinking these totes were like $12 to $14 a piece. They're hyper tough, so they come from Walmart. So I got out my trusty phone, hit it with the Walmart scanner, the barcode scanner. They're $9 a pop, so we got $72 in value in just totes. And when you're in this kind of business, storage business, totes are a great commodity to have. We're gonna have to take them to the car wash or something to get the smell and all the hair and everything out of them. We're going to have to clean them up, is what I'm trying to say, before we'll be able to use them again. But ended up with a iPhone. I'm not sure what model it is. Got a big Samsung cell phone, a Verizon tablet, some sort of a computer. Now, a lot of those electronics, we either sell those as parts, or we go to the kiosk at Walmart and turn our cell phones in at the kiosk or something like that. We're not going to look in there. We don't want to know what's on those hard drives and all that stuff. That's just asking for trouble. We don't want to go there. We're a Christian family, and we don't want to tempt ourselves with any type of obscenities or anything that might be on those, that we don't want to look at that and be tempted with any of that, and we don't want to do that. Have that for anybody else too. So when I say that we sell them to somebody that takes them apart and uses the parts to rebuild laptops or cell phones or whatever. So they're dissected and they're used as parts. But anyhow, that kind of gives you the rundown of how this one turned out. I'm sorry about the traffic. We're out here in our warehouse and we're right on the highway, and the log trucks and shipper trucks, they come by pretty regular. But I appreciate y'all tuning in. Just want to kind of show y'all they're not all hits, they're not all wins, but they're, you do have those that are. But when you watch Storage Wars, that was in the years past. That was like my favorite show. Is I watched Storage Wars and them haggling and bidding over those and fighting over those. And I never dreamed that I'd be doing this kind of stuff as a side gig, trying to make extra money. But so we're doing that, or I am, and got my son helping me and stuff. So doing that, and I just kind of wanted to show you the back end of it, behind the scenes look at things and the grunt work of it and the dirtiness. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. But catch us on the next one. Leave me a comment, some feedback, what you like, what you didn't like, what you might want to see next time on a video. If nothing else, I'm doing this because y'all like to keep up with how I'm doing physically, mentally, spiritually, and I'm telling you, God's continuing to move in my life. We're continuing to do great as far as working for the Lord and doing the Lord's work, or trying to do the Lord's work. I'm not 100%, and I'm not without sin. I am a man. I admit that daily, and it says pick up your cross daily. And that's what I do. I die daily to sin and ask the Lord to forgive me, and that's what we do as a family. We try to try to stay Christ-centered, and the Lord blesses us at that, on these units and just in life in general. But that's what I want to encourage you today. Stay Christ-centered, keep your eyes on Jesus, and hey, if there's anything that we can pray for you for or whatever, just drop us a line here in the comments, or you can always reach us on Facebook Messenger, or if you got my number, just text me on my cell phone number or whatever. But guys, I appreciate y'all tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next one. Lock off. Got to cut this here. This is a lien unit, meaning somebody didn't pay their fees and they weren't able to catch it up, so they lost their property for back rent. This is the picture that we get to see online when we go to purchase it. We do not know anything more than what you're seeing right here when we're looking at it online. We don't know what is in the totes or anything else until we get here. As far as we know, these totes could be empty, but they are not. They're full, they're heavy. Take one. Give you a quick look at what we got my house going on here. Okay, we got some anatomy stuff, some really dirty cookware. George Foreman. Everybody's got a George Foreman. Got a rainbow vacuum cleaner. Fortunately for me, I know how to rebuild those, clean them, rebuild them and everything. So, we got a little bit of work to do. Gonna put it in the handy capable van. I took the couch out of the back and got her ready to just be a cargo van. We're gonna get this loaded up, and we'll check in with y'all later once we know what we've got. Thank you. Well, we got that storage unit loaded, and we're here with the man. There's that rainbow vacuum cleaner. I don't think there's going to be a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, though. I don't know if y'all remember the old movie When Harry Met Sally, but I think this is her locker because it's very hairy. Hairy and nasty it is. So, you don't get to see that when you watch Storage Wars. But we're going to have a party, a sorting party, where we sort through the nastiness and try to find the greatness. Anyhow, we'll let you know how that goes. Bye.